Um, Hello? Anybody? All right. Got an ad, so I am at least functioning. Cool, 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 cool. Skip ad. Okay. Right off the bat. I don't know why, but YouTube on my computer for the last couple of months, whenever I am doing a live stream, my screen on my computer on YouTube just freezes up like all the time. My StreamYard, perfectly fine. As soon as I look at it on my YouTube, every few minutes it's just going to freeze up and I have to unfreeze it and it's weird. Hello, Vishal. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh, I don't know why it's so quiet here right now. 3 people watching. 3. Weird. Is it because I didn't put any like TV show names in the title, or is it because I said I have no topics? I don't know. Hello, Novi. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. So yeah, I don't have any topics in mind, so feel free to drop one. Full disclosure, I haven't seen the Stargirl episode. I haven't seen anything in a while. So if you're like, hey, have you seen so and so recently? I have not. But is Afterparty canceled? Eric is sick. Kata, did you watch the stream on Twitch the other night? If you did, you heard his voice then. It is bad enough now that he can't do it today, so he had to cancel. He's hoping to get to do one tomorrow. So anyone that was looking for an after party today, maybe tomorrow, depending how he feels. That's why I'm doing one today, just to fill that void for anyone that wanted to come in and talk about any topics today. I have nothing planned. I have no topics in mind, but we'll see where this leads. We'll see what goes on. So yeah. But yeah, he's too sick to do one today. So yeah, that's why there's not one over there. The Flash 9-1 will air in February. That is correct. February 8th is the premiere for The Flash Season 9. Thoughts on if Cavill is to remain as Superman or not? Why wouldn't he still be Superman? It would be preposterous for them right now to recast him at this time. I'm not saying 5 years down the line you can't consider a recast, but you have to at least keep him through Man of Steel 2. You know, they're not going to recast that role for that. So he's at least in probably for the next 5 years, right? 3 years ago today, by the way. What was 3 years ago today, Barrio? I don't know what that is in reference to. You stopped with Pepsi Canada. Hope you're doing well. Did I? I've cut down on my Pepsi, but I am definitely have not completely ended Pepsi. Flash missing. December 10th, 2019. Which episode was December 10th of 2019? I mean, technically, he never went missing because it was the other one that went missing, right? Crisis on Infinite Earth, Arrowverse. December 9th, December 10th was part 3. Right. I guess technically everyone went missing. Okay. I see what you said. Okay. James hinted on Twitter and responded to a comment regarding Cavill. He's definitely staying Those deadline articles were stupid. Yeah, I don't know anything about the articles. I know there was a lot of drama in the last week about DC stuff. I'm at least aware enough to know that's happened, but I know none of the topics really well because I didn't read any of the articles. I'm kind of in this little zone right now where I think because I haven't really had anything to do work-wise here, I'm not dealing with the TV shows and all that stuff on a day-to-day basis at this time of year. I'm kind of just out of that zone. I'm kind of a little bit behind on a lot of that. But I do know there was some drama with some things. There was some articles said, and I know James went on Twitter and he was like, some of it's true, some of it's not, some of it we haven't made up our mind. So I know those bare minimum pieces, but I don't know all the context, which is kind of why we'll see where these topics lead today. Because, someone might be like, hey, have you seen that article from this thing? And they'll link it and I'll be like, oh, let me read it. And then I'll read it and I'll be like, oh, that's interesting because I'm very behind on most of them. Hello, Miata, welcome. What did you think of Superman and Lois season 2? I wasn't a fan of the Cushing drama, in all honesty. I'm there with you on that. I will see a lot of fans complain a lot about in superhero shows about certain non-superhero related storylines, and I'll have to be the voice of reason and be like, it's not that bad. But that one wasn't very good. I will have to agree with you on that. I don't think I cared. Afterparty is postponed. Correct. Hello, Laura. Welcome. Do you still talk to Married to the Real? I mean, I will. Here is the amount of interaction I generally have with them. I mean, outside of the occasional time I go into their live chat and leave a comment or something, I will DM them to give them the heads up when I know a big spoiler that I have shot is about to be released, just to give them the heads up, like, be careful what you read the next day or so, because I know Trey doesn't like, seeing that stuff. And I know for the most part, Tasha's the one that's going to read the DMs, and she'll see it, and she'll be like, all right, I know I got to keep an eye on what's going on for the next day or two. So that's about all I've never, outside of one time on Akasan's stream on Twitch, I've never actually talked with Trey, and I've never talked with Tasha. But I still try to keep them up to date through Twitter when I know there's going to be a big spoiler coming so that they can try to avoid the news for a couple of days. But that's about the extent of my interaction with them on a regular basis. What do you think? What do you do if there's no TV show work? Do a lot of sitting around, being bored, playing more GeoGuessr than usual. Watching a lot of YouTube. Honestly, yeah, not much of anything. I need to find something else. I need to find something else to fill up that time that will still make me some money. I need to figure out something to do with that extra time, because work is going to get thinner and thinner as these shows leave town, and there's not a dominant show filling that space yet. Ever since I started doing celebrity autographs on the regular, there has always been the next show in town. We don't have the next show right now. We have a couple of shows that are okay. We have another couple of shows, maybe they'll be the next show, but nothing stepped up and taken that spot yet. It used to be we had X-Files and we had Smallville, and then came along Once Upon a Time in Fringe, and then came along the Arrowverse. You had Supernatural scattered over all those years. There was always the next show in that bunch somewhere. As soon as one was winding down, another one was 2 or 3 seasons into being the next show. We don't have the next show in Vancouver at this time. There's talks Peacemaker might be leaving Vancouver, which would have been the closest thing I think we had to the next show. Yellow Jackets has a bit of popularity, but it's not strong enough for me to give it that title. We've kind of lost all of our big shows over the last 2 or 3 years. Supernatural left, Supergirl left, The Flash is leaving. Superman and Lois might be leaving. Motherland, Fort Salem left. These are probably the top five. Riverdale's leaving. Those are probably the top six shows that were in Vancouver from a popularity standpoint, and they're all gone in the last 2 years. So it's kind of a weird spot. So I got to figure out something to fill my time besides just sitting around playing games and watching YouTube that still will bring back some money from the money I'm losing from not being out there as often. I don't know what that is yet, though. I've started doing hockey autographs again this year, which I haven't done in like 4 years, 5 years, and it's not very good. I'm not a Christmas person, but I hope you have a good time. Thanks, Vishal. I hope you have a good time too. I'm not my thing, but I appreciate it. Do you think that James Gunn will keep Ezra Miller as the Flash, or will he get rebooted as well? He better get rebooted. I mean, I don't see a logical way they keep that guy. I just don't. I don't. James Gunn has access to the internet, man. I'm telling you right now, that guy has seen the internet at least once and knows everything going on with this guy. So I don't know. I don't see a way they keep him. Greetings, CG. How are you this fine day? I'm okay so far, defunct. We'll see where this goes. I mean, I am freeballing it right now. I have no logical idea where I'm going with any of this yet. We will see how today goes. You think Secret Invasion will have Rhodey suit up? I know of Secret Invasion. I don't know the details about what it's about. I know it's a thing. So I can't comment on something that I'm not fully in the loop on. I know who Rhodey is, obviously, and I know what you're talking about, but I don't have enough input on it to say. I don't even know what the story is about, so I can't say. Well, give me a second. Let me look at what Secret Invasion is. Samuel L. Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn. Okay. Oh, is it a series? Okay. Fury and Talons trying to stop the Skrulls who infiltrated the highest spheres of Marvel Universe. I see. When is this supposed to come out? April? Oh, wait, no, that's a status update. When is it supposed to come out? 2023. Just says 2023. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess anything's possible. That's as much as I can say on the topic. Looks like that's several months down the road, though, so I have no idea. Unless they've given a release date recently. IMDb doesn't have a release date for it yet, so I haven't heard anything about it. You literally skipped the Cushing drama. Fair enough. Didn't like the villain in Disconnect in the Arrowverse with Superman and Lois. No one did. I have not met many people that were happy to find out that it's not connected. Trey always seems like an angry dude. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a fair assessment sometimes. He is very passionate about his topics, and he is definitely passionate about people that come in and trash talk or try to spoil shit. I will definitely. I mean, I didn't know the first few times how I would be welcome there because of the fact of the type of job I have and how he feels about these things. But he's been cool to me. But other people who come in and just like try to like brag that they've seen the most recent scoop, he is not very welcoming to. And fair enough. Wonder Woman season 3. I read Miata's and Lionel's post at the same time. Wonder Woman 3 is dead. Jason Momoa may be out as Aquaman post Aquaman 2. Yeah, I saw some of that in the Twitch chat the other night on Eric's stream. I heard about the Wonder Woman being dead thing. I don't know. Outside of your just completely in love with the idea of Wonder Woman people, and maybe those that have a crush on Gal Gadot, I don't know many people that are overly disappointed by this. I liked the movies, but they weren't great movies. I could take it or leave it with it. I'm not disappointed, but I wasn't sitting there hoping for its demise. I just kind of was like, I'll take a Wonder Woman 3 if it comes out, but I wasn't sitting there going, I need a Wonder Woman 3, you know? As for Jason Momoa, that's a little more weird. I heard he was supposed to maybe be taking on another DC character, and I would find that extra weird so close to Aquaman. But I suppose we'll also see. I mean, Aquaman 2, I know Aquaman was a mega hit, but we've seen right now that superhero movies are struggling at the box office. If Aquaman 2 doesn't get $1 billion, maybe he just looks at it and goes, this is a time to dip out, you know? Any thoughts on the Flash final season episode titles? Yeah, I've read them and I've kind of forgot all of them except the last two had to do with Red Death, and one of them I forgot the other three altogether. Actually, I know the last two had Red Death in the title. I mean, everybody that's here and everybody that's going to watch this already kind of knew Red Death was coming. That's not a secret. Oh, by the way, I just thought about this. Warner Brothers Discovery. I'm just going to go out there on a limb and say maybe, just maybe, you can now confirm the mystery character as Red Death. Just a maybe. Just throwing that out there, maybe, possibly could be the case. Just that much of a chance it could be. Just you know. If anyone from WBD PR is like maybe watching this, just a pro scoop for you. I think people know now. I can't believe I just did that. But they deserve it. You need to watch the Harry and Meghan documentary? Fuck no, I don't. It'll make you want to see more of Cecile in the Flash. That's not a good endorsement. That's not. I'm just telling you, that's not a good endorsement. Hey, did you know that Nadra Tucker deleted her Twitter account? I bet she didn't work any work after her tweets. I did not know that, but interesting. All right. No one's missing her. Literally nobody is missing her. She was one of the, I know I have criticized her in the past, and I will not change my opinion here. She either, there was one of three scenarios that happened. Either one, she misinterpreted a thing, a feeling, a vision she saw at Superman and Lois, and she ran with it aggressively, thinking it's the same thing she's dealt with all of her life in other aspects. Because I am sure as a black woman, she has dealt with lots of problems in the past. And maybe she had something on the Superman and Lois set that hit her the wrong way, and she was just like, it's this again. Out of that, the second option was she got treated fairly. They went, sorry, we're, releasing some people from the staff. You're one of them. And she chose to use her position to try and sell the agenda to get either her job back or a new job somewhere else. The third option was she just really, really is desperate for attention, and this was a perfect softball lobby for her to hit out of the park to get attention. I don't know which. One thing I'm very confident on, based off of what I've seen the few times I've been around the Superman and Lois set, and talking to a couple of people that have been connected to people in the Superman and Lois set, is her claims very odd and outrageous. Very odd. That's as far as I can go on it. But no one's going to miss her on Twitter. I will say that right now. Oh, damn. I really wanted a co-host on here today because I knew I'm not going to be able to carry all the stories. I don't know them all. But I guess everyone was busy. I mean, to be fair, I did have an offer, but it didn't quite work out the way I wanted. So, yeah, my voice is just feeling more worked than I thought I would be by this point. Secret Invasion set for spring of 2023, so around March or April. It is 6 episodes, but I'm guessing we'll see Rhodey suit up once or twice. Okay, so yeah, that's what, 6, 7 months away still. I mean, who knows? I don't know if they have any other movies before that comes out that are out there. I don't keep track of the schedule for everything, but who knows? Apparently, there was a Michael Keaton Batman Beyond film that was being written and is now on hold according to the Wrap. Yeah, I saw that story. Nobody, literally nobody on the planet was like, I need a Michael Keaton Batman movie. Not one single person. And that if that person is saying that, they're lying to your face. Nobody wants to watch a 71-year-old man try and be a superhero. Nobody. Literally nobody. Not one person out there wanted to see a 71-year-old out there trying to be a superhero. No. So whoever came to the decision to scrap that, give them a raise, man. Flash season 9 titles: Wednesday, Ever After, Hear No Evil, Rogues of War, Mask of Red Death Part 2. Yeah. We have a Gary Gammon super chat in the house. All right, let me get down there and find it. Gary, welcome. How are you doing today, by the way? Is the Flash delayed later? Will the Flash be delayed later than February? No. Am I mad at you? No. Am I proud of you? Sometimes. When will they announce the Superman and Lois premiere date? That is a good question, Gary. I actually thought it would be this week. It was not, though. Maybe this upcoming week. I think they have to announce it before we get to Christmas break. Unless they're really pushing it to like March, then maybe they announce it when we come back from Christmas break. I would be mildly surprised if we don't get an announcement this upcoming week. But we will have to wait and see. How you doing, by the way, Gary? Welcome. Man, I was doing fine like all afternoon, and as soon as I started talking a lot, my voice is annoying me. Does one set slow mode chat on StreamYard or YouTube? I don't know how to set it. That's through YouTube. So if you go to your actual what do they call that thing? Give me a second. I will figure out the wording. If you go to your YouTube studios, and you go to the specific I'll bring it up. Give me a second. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Get to see a little behind the scenes, people. Okay, give me a second here. I will show you. Actually, I might need to take my face off because I don't know where it's going to be in lieu of the thingamajig. Okay, you're going to get to see a little behind the scenes of my screen for a second. So, as you see, this is the setup for my YouTube studio. Over here, under customization, you click on there, and you can set if you want it to be anyone or subscribers only, and you can do slow mode, and you can type in how many seconds you want it to be. All right, so that's where you go to make those changes. So in the future, now you know. All right. Where was I? Oh yeah, I need to put my face back on the screen. There I am. So yeah, there you go. Super quick figure out. Batman Beyond Keaton is something I did not hear about till a few days ago. No one did. It literally came out of left field. I've not watched the documentary because I heard it's not good. Well, of course it's not good. It's royal gossip, toxic garbage junk. Like, I've never seen a thing about any royal coverage that is good quality. It's always gossip garbage. I'm confused as to why people don't like. I just lost my spot. Where'd I go? I'm confused as to why people do not like Cecile. Is it misogyny or bias or toxic reason? It's because her character is just terrible. Just a terrible character. And there's no disrespect to Danielle Nicolette. She's trying to carry that character as well as she can. Just, you know, she can only do what the writers give her, man. And unfortunately, they don't give her anything. Hey, Chainsaw, how are you, man? I see you down there. I don't know if you're bored, Chainsaw, but if you want to come on and give some input, we could use a professional here who knows things about things that I don't follow. I saw on Netflix, but never seen because it looks boring. Yeah, no one wants to see it. No one. Yeah, the rumor is Momoa may play a DC anti-hero Lobo. Yeah, that was the character. Thank you. Oh, we have another super chat down here. Sorry there, Gary. I didn't see it until now. How do you think the Flash will end? Will we have a happy ending or will it be sad like Arrow? We love your channel. Thank you, Gary. I think it'll be a positive ending. I don't think they would do. Arrow is more of a gritty type of show, more dark. I think that's why they went that way. Supergirl had a more positive end to her show. The other shows didn't get to end on their own terms, really. I think for the Flash, we will get a more positive ending. Oh, we also have Andy here. All right, I will send the link to both of y'all, and if either of y'all want to jump in, y'all, we can have some guests, y'all. All right, where are they? We will send Andrew. You came up first in my DMs, so it came out to you first. Where is Mr. Chainstraps? There he is. All right. We might finally have some people to carry the stream here. Oh. All right. You guys should have the messages there. I'll check chat here a little bit while you guys do that. Should we ask Andy if he can help with the stream? Well, Andy is here now. The prodigal son returns. Gary is back. Gary's been here a few of the last few streams. I don't know if he's here every stream, but he's at least here a few of them. Okay, we have one person here. Looks like he's in like 3 frame rates a day. There you go.
What's up?
When you're in my lobby, it looked like you were moving like this.
Oh.
And I was like, uh-oh, bad internet? But no.
Oh. What's up?
How you, man?
Good. What's going on?
Can everyone hear him okay? Because he's a little light on my end.
Sorry.
Let me know, chat, if you can hear him okay.
I think you should be fine.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
This is up. I'm just trying to fill some time for people today since Eric's sick right now, so he wasn't able to do his today.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
Yeah, had a few people, asking questions about things. Obviously, I am a bit out of the loop the last couple of weeks. Like I saw James Gunn's tweet about, saying some stuff is true, some's not, and all stuff like that. And I saw the thing about Wonder Woman 3 getting shelved and the Michael Keaton thing. But there's been a lot of news that seems to have come out the last while.
Yeah,
and I just can't seem to keep up with it.
Yeah, that whole DC thing, like, it literally took me and Andy about an hour or longer to cover it all on the show last night because it was so much stuff. Because when the Wednesday news dump with Wonder Woman 3 and saying that Henry Cavill may not be coming back for Man of Steel 2, Black Adam 2 may not be happening. Then Thursday, more stuff came out, including James's tweets. And then Friday, like hours before we went live, even more stuff came out about, well, the Michael Keaton film was going to be a Batman Beyond, and it would have had Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman returning as well, blah, 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 potentially. It's like, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And the question is, what is to be believed? Like, what is actually happening, you know?
I think that's a really big question right now because
Yeah.
so much has come out of that studio in the last few months that some of it's got to be legitimate. There's no way this many rumors drop and some of it isn't legitimate. But there's also, I do not believe, a possible way all of it is legitimate. Something has to be imaginary. You know?
I mean, because I feel like some of it may be old news. Because I mean, the whole Wonder Woman 3
Mm-hmm.
thing, it sounded like it was James Gunn and Peter Safran, the new co-heads of DC Studios, who axed it. But it was like, no, when she submitted the treatment and when she was, discussing Wonder Woman 3, Patty Jenkins, the director, it was before they got the job. And then when they came in is when kind of everything fell apart. Like there was so much news developing from that because it went from, okay, it's scrapped on Wednesday night and Gal Gadot is out potentially. And now the more recent reports are saying, well, no, they hope they can do a Wonder Woman 3 or have Gal still continue. It's just not with Patty. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. it's like I bet by Monday more stuff's gonna come out like again. So we're never gonna know the whole story. I don't think.
I mean, on the plus side, it's giving you guys a lot of stuff to talk about every week right now.
Yeah. We already had 8 topics by Tuesday, and then Wednesday night happened where it was like literally like 7 or 8 different projects that DC is up in the air. I mean,
yeah.
it went from
And wasn't
Black
there
Adam.
like some video game thing that happened this week? Oh, Kevin Conroy, even like video game news was dropping, and there was just too much to cover.
It's too much. Literally,
yeah.
Because we were going to talk about the whole HBO Max like combined service Max whenever they combine the two services next year, and the name Max is being floated around. We were going to discuss that, and I'm like, we got to cut that out because like it's not important compared to all this because it feels like if you're a DC fan this year, just take yourself out back. It's been a horrible year. If you're a DC fan, like so much shit has happened. The Flash is ending. Batgirl got canceled. All this shit is happening. It's unfolding. It's a mess. But I think at this point, from James's tweets and kind of what we've been hearing, I think they're not going to be rebooting. I feel like it's going to be a soft reboot where they're going to keep the characters and cast they have. It's just they're going to focus on other characters. I mean, James Gunn posted Mr. Terrific. He posted a picture of that character. He's never appeared in the DCU. He's, of course, on Arrow and everything. But in terms of a film, no. So they're probably just going to switch the focus to some other characters. And then eventually you'll see Gal's Wonder Woman again. You'll see Henry Cavill Superman again. It's just, I feel like right now, let's switch the focus because he said, well, we got to look at what's working and what doesn't. If you're going to completely reboot, you're just going to get rid of everything. So
the one thing I wonder is like, we know the way David Zaslav has talked. David Zaslav only wants home runs. He doesn't want to take a double or a triple. He wants a home run. You can't deliver 900 million plus. I don't want to hear your idea. So do you think focusing or at least coming up with ideas on characters that, let's be honest, Mr. Terrific, not at the top of anyone's list.
No.
Same with, even to a lesser extent, Blue Beetle. If you ask a casual fan of movies to name 10 DC characters, he's not on that list.
No.
You know? So, we have someone else jumping in here.
Oh,
Yo.
Boy. Oh, boy.
I think something's wrong with your eyes there, Andy.
Yeah, exactly. But to your point about...
Oh my God, are you DJing? Sorry, I've heard so many good things about you.
Oh boy,
you should watch it. He's got a live stream every week, Andy. You should watch it once in a while.
What's it called?
Multiverse Endless.
Multiverse Endless. Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes it's the ended multiverse.
The ending
that
was
happened. That happened at some time ago. But to your point about like, could they bank on lesser known characters? The marketing is the big thing, because Blue Beetle, I think, is going to be successful because they're going to put a heavy marketing push behind it. But in terms of could they do a Mr. Terrific movie? Yes, but how would that be successful? Well, they need to have a way less budget than a lot of these films do, and they would have to find a way to have a wider appeal for a wider audience. I mean, Black Adam should have been a huge success, yet they're reporting it cost over $200 million budget to make, plus that doesn't include marketing, and the movie is not profitable. And it should have been with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Superman cameo, but it couldn't make a profit.
I'm going to go on a little tangent here for a second, because I said this on Twitter the other day too.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on in Dwayne Johnson's head. I don't know if it's pressure from a studio. I don't know if is he a producer on this?
Yeah.
Does he have his own money pulled into it? Okay.
Over. Yeah.
His production company was.
There's a few things pulling on him, but he kind of snapped on Twitter the other day, and he is so wrong it's not even funny. And I like the guy. Like, I've met him a lot of times back in his wrestling days. He's a likable, friendly guy, but he's so wrong and out of touch it's not even funny. That movie
Canada wrestling?
Huh?
Has he been in Canada and wrestled?
Has he been in Canada and wrestled?
I'm assuming he has.
Yeah, I
he was a wrestler for like 20 years before he got into acting, right?
Yeah, but like, what was he doing in Canada?
On top of that, he played in the Canadian Football League.
Oh.
But yes, he has wrestled in Canada.
When you're in the WWE, you go everywhere. You go all over. Like, I feel like he's feeling the pressure from his own production company that's behind the film, and the fact that the film is not overall, because this movie should have made $500-600 million easily at the box office, but it didn't get close. It hasn't even broke 400 million.
I think a lot of that is out of his hands, though, because we are, regardless what the media wants to tell you, there's still a notable chunk of the population that doesn't want to go to a theater right now. They're not comfortable in closed settings.
Now,
on top of that,
we can also look at Top Gun Maverick that made 1.5 billion. Like,
okay,
there's an audience.
I was getting to the second point. On top of that, where did Top Gun Maverick play that Black Adam didn't play?
Oh,
China.
Okay. That
other countries are playing into that problem too. When they made the idea of Black Adam, they didn't know that China was going to be a no-go. There are dollars that they're just losing because it was out of their control. I don't blame the movie for being financially underselling, but it is financially underselling, and you have to at least acknowledge that. When Dwayne's out there and he's like, the movie made a profit, it's like, dude, man, you are taking the base number and trying to say that's a profit. And you guys, I think actually you guys on your stream last night pointed out like 33% of those ticket sales go to the actual theater.
Yep, they stay right there.
So, like, all his numbers are based off of gross, not net. And
something somebody pointed out too, and I had to look into it today. So 1/3 of United States ticket sales stay at the theaters. When you go international, that's where the numbers fluctuate. So
okay,
if they would have pulled in, say, the entirety of the 380 million that the film was made, and that's that, like, if for some reason the theaters or whatever for this instance didn't keep nothing and they got all of that back, they may have earned, like, they would have earned their money back with the 200+ million production
narrowly
marketing. They would have made a profit. But
the other thing I have to point this out is, when I found out about this and I did a little digging around, I found a few conflicting numbers on this stuff. But 33% sounds kind of around the numbers most places were saying. A lot of them seem to point that, like, the way it usually works is opening weekend, the theaters get 10%. And then as the movie is in the theater longer, the number goes up because those opening weekend sales are the biggest draw for the studio. And because the theaters take like 100% of all the popcorn and concessions, that's where they're making their back end money. So that 33% could even be a little high. It might be like 25% depending how heavy the front load is compared to the back end. But still 25%, that puts you under making a profit. Let alone even if you took every single dollar out of it. As I pointed out, like on Eric's Twitch chat the other night, when they were breaking down the numbers, and he made that statement of like, we made 52 to 72 million profit or whatever that number was he threw out. By Hollywood standards, that is an epic dud to make 18% profit, because that's what that number is at the top end. 18%.
It's not a good look, because they expected this film to like be a huge success. I mean, they thought the same thing for Justice League back in 2017. But see, look what Aquaman did. Aquaman should not have made $1 billion. Not because it's not a good movie, but because like he was coming off of the theatrical cut of Justice League, which was pretty much trashed by fans and critics. Like it was destroyed. But yet it made $1 billion, and it's because of the marketing and because of the quality of the film. Black Adam, if they would have just did a few minor changes, I feel like that film would have been better well received, because there are a portion of people that don't like it, that feel like there's nothing to this really.
Now, I haven't seen Black Adam, but almost everyone I know that has seen it said it was good or at least fine. Like I've never heard anyone being like, "Oh my god, this is a trash movie."
And there's a lot of people that think it's the cameo at the end that's the best part, which is, I get it, but that's also unfortunate that the best part of your film is technically not in your film. It's the mid-credit scene. So,
but that's a lot of that is your people who are probably from a certain fandom.
In general,
be real.
In general, people want Superman back in the film.
Yeah, because it's not just Snyderverse fans. So.
Yeah, because I mean, literally, this is the same character who was basically his head cut off in Shazam. They didn't like Henry wasn't on set, and so they did that. And then, of course, with Peacemaker, he was hidden in shadow. Like, it's kind of crazy, you know.
I'm Superman. Look at me.
Exactly. That is a great impression of Superman. So, like, that's the main issue. And then this whole thing coming out about Walter Hamada had these plans for Crisis on Infinite Supermans or whatever, bringing back Cavill through cameos and stuff. It's like, Andy made the point. It's ridiculous. It's not true. You know,
Walter Hamada's an idiot.
So it's
I've heard somebody say that recently.
So
is that Andrew guy? Something?
I think I heard it last night.
Yeah.
I hate Walter Hamada so much.
So I've heard.
But basically, DC's in a mess until they can give us a plan, and we'll know before, or I would say before middle of next year, we'll know for sure what's going on, because they have to start getting this new stuff into production, because they can't wait too long after Aquaman in December of next year to start putting out their new plan. Because right now, Peter Safran and James Gunn only have a 4-year deal. So they can't wait too long to start putting out their stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying February of 2024 we're going to get a film, but I'm saying probably summer of 2024 we might have something from their plan.
Oh my God. Could you imagine if in 4 years they don't re-sign these guys and they have to start from scratch again?
I'm going to assume whatever... I'm going to assume that they may continue past that point and do like a re-up, but I guess it just depends on how successful they can put out these films. Can they do a proper budget? Because I bet you Zaslav's going to go, I'm not going to give that thing a $200 million budget. That's not going to happen.
That's something they're going to run into, that they're going to have a problem with, is getting Zaslav to give the okay on anything that might cost them $1. Like.
Yeah, because
it's going to be a real struggle.
That news came out that even though the Sandman 2 was confirmed for Netflix, he was like putting a stop to them selling potential shows to Netflix because of how the deal was done, money wise. For Sandman season 2. So
I wonder how that went over with investors, that they looked at that and they're like, so wait, we're just going to cut off one of probably our primary revenue sources right now when the company is already struggling financially? Like, I haven't looked at their stock today, but I wonder how they took that.
The stock's still down pretty low. I'm assuming it is. Because their stock's been dipping since the buyout.
It's it hasn't really done much of anything.
Gotcha.
How's their 5-day doing? No, it didn't really impact it, which is kind of funny.
That's kind of
it's just hovering.
It's not verified news. I feel like if they verified that they really did truly act
it's
a bunch
Twitter
of
blew the news.
Yeah.
But just so that for anyone who's wondering, my eyes are a little sensitive today, so I needed to cover my eyes and I couldn't find like my usual shades. So I'm like, I guess these will do.
Right. Your future's just so bright. You needed shades.
Exactly.
But that's why I had to turn off the lights in my apartment and only turn on the ring light on like the lowest, just so that you all can see me, but so that I don't get like blinded.
Hopefully, this guy can come back and say that.
Oliver Queen.
Yeah, I showed Andy. I got the 2015 limited edition Arrow Unmasked Funko Pop. It's pretty pricey, but well, he's looking for something.
Okay.
That exact one is I'm using my phone to lean on. It's that one right there in the box.
You're using Oliver's corpse.
Yeah, I'm using Oliver. No, I know that was funny. So someone was asking who do we want to see in the finale of Flash last night, and he played the clip of Oliver's like death in episode 1 of Crisis, and him laughing over it like the Joker. And I said, "Oh, you want Oliver's corpse in Flash's finale?"
I don't want to. Yeah, exactly. I want to see Barry holding Oliver's dead corpse and be like, "Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do." This is me holding Oliver.
So I'm sure there's one topic that some of the fans probably want to talk about that they know I don't have any input on, and that was Stargirl. What do you guys think of it?
I haven't seen past episode 1 of season 3.
No way.
No, I haven't.
Wow.
I basically know like that, like last credit or whatever flash forward thing, but I have no idea anything. I haven't really paid attention. Not because I lost interest. It's because like it was really bad timing when the show started to air.
Right. Yeah.
Wednesday's not a good day for Jordan.
It was not a good day. It wasn't a good day.
No, but not this season. But this season was horrible because we had Obi-Wan and then we had
was it on the same nights as Obi-Wan at the time when that was on?
Well, no, it was. Wait, so it was airing Wednesday nights. Obi-Wan came out like Wednesday morning, but it was just like finding the time to do it because like I like watching these shows live and getting them out.
Mm-hmm.
So it just wasn't working out. It just wasn't going to work out. But I'm glad that the show ended on. It sounds like a pretty good note, and there's a teaser, a hint or something about something down the road that may tie into something else. But I don't know. I mean, Andy here, he got the talk with the star of Stargirl and Jeff Johns. So he got the discussion there.
Oh, was Andy schmoozing with the bigwigs?
Yeah, Andy kissing ass as one Twitter user would say. He's kissing ass and not ass.
Oh, I saw Andy's got a new fan. Yeah,
Andy's got an amazing
fan. I asked a year ago. Like, listen. We need to also put it. When John Wesley Shipp told me that this is the same Jay Garrick, he obviously had a talk with the writers and the showrunner, to set this up and be like, okay, what are we doing? And they're like, well, this is the same one, so just go off of that. Then I guess I saw someone fighting Gordon, but I saw that same guy fighting Gordon about it and going, "Oh, you forgot a dot." You forgot a dot.
You were just typing away, man.
I thought you were like mocking me or whatever. So.
He's typing away.
No, I was replying to an actual human being on the internet.
Oh, okay.
Because when I saw that tweet where he was tweeting back again at everyone responding to that guy, he's like, "No, he just sucks at interviewing." And it was around the same time when someone else online was getting destroyed by James Gunn, and I'm like, I was in a pissy, angry mood, and I was just getting, as you saw, Andy, I was just putting fuck every other word. I was getting so mad. I was just fucking angry because I already linked that guy, your article, like your interview with John Wesley Shipp, where he confirms it, and he's like, "It doesn't matter. He's not a writer." I'm like, "You're a fucking idiot." Like, because John Wesley Shipp's not going to go out there and say he's the same Jay Garrick without confirming that. It's dumb.
Yeah, he's been in this industry for
he would have had some notes from the studio team. They'd be like, "Here's things you can and can't say."
Yeah, and he probably would have got a call saying, "Why are you telling false information? Why are you going around saying stuff that's not true?" Because that'd be like if they were out at that panel, totally within DC, Todd Helbing and freaking having that thing where there was like a whole big thing at a panel where like they're all there, and they're asking Todd, "So why can't Supergirl show up?" And they're like, "Well, just wait till the season 2 finale of Superman and Lois. You'll find out what's going on." that'd be like if Todd Helbing's like, yeah, we're on Earth Prime, we're on the same Earth as the Flash, and we'll cross over and have Melissa Benoist show up, and then he gets a call from the studio going, "Why are you lying? We already know."
Exactly.
No. He'll go like, "Why the fuck you lying?
Exactly.
Why you
Like,
always lying?"
If John Wesley Shipp had misspoken there, that same afternoon that came out, he would have had a different statement being like, I misspoke. I'm sorry, everyone. I misled.
I would have had to edit my. I would have had to edit my
They
article.
would have reached out to him and told Andy to remove it from the from the interview.
I would have taken down the YouTube video. I would have to go back to
I'll still be here, guys, but I'll hear you. But I've just got to check on something. But I'll still be able to hear you.
Okay, cool. Okay, so welcome to a special episode of Endless Multiverse here on biographs.com.
Multiverse.
Freaking idiots. And no, here's the thing. Like I haven't been told to take down the video because or not yet. I could have probably, because it's on YouTube. I probably could have edited out that part. Or it's too late once that's published.
Yeah, it's at that point. I mean, even if it was published and you go back and remove it, they would probably still ask you to. If something was said that should not have been said. Plus, I'm pretty sure when you were interviewing John Wesley Shipp, was there somebody else like?
Yeah, of course. There was like one or two people on the call.
Yeah, so they knew.
Yeah, and they had no problems with it. They like I have not gotten a note from these studios to take down something since I've never been told to take down something in a very long time. I've only been called once last summer to be like, hey, before you publish, take out this part.
Was that your interview with Canadagraphs exposing the truth about the Arrowverse?
Yes.
I cannot confirm nor deny at this time that I have ever told anybody that they have to take something out of my interview. Ever. Period. Totally never.
Well, okay, so when are you finally going to reveal that when you were filming Red Death on The Flash, that was a fan project? That wasn't actually the real production of the show?
Created by Melissa Benoist.
So my lawyers have told me I can't comment on that.
Okay, you're pleading the fifth.
You only have one lawyer though, Canadagraphs.
Sorry, bad connection. What was the question? Something about how do I appreciate my fans? Oh, they're wonderful.
I love them.
Terrific.
Yeah, I mean that guy on Twitter, and if he's watching it, cry me a river. Like,
there's probably a high percentage chance he's going to see this at some point because he follows me too.
Well, the thing is like I said, like when this was happening last week, because he was mad at him. No, earlier this week, he was mad at him when it first came out. I was very calmly said, here's the link and shit, and if you just pay attention, blah blah blah. It's like, get over it. And then he's still going on about it. I'm like, do you have nothing else to do but just get upset? And I said, okay, so when you get the opportunity to interview Jeff Johns, you can ask him what you want. But until that happens, whatever. And then someone else who interviewed, I think Breck and Jeff, came on today on Twitter and was saying, well, you're going after him specifically, but a lot of other people interviewed both of them. Why are you not coming after us for not asking that question? He's like, well, your interview sucked too. I'm like, well, then go after everybody else that didn't ask that question. But yet,
and and Lance even brought up, like, didn't you just what do you mean? Didn't you just verbally attack him last month? Talk about sexuality and talk about his interview skills? And and the guy responded, he deserved it.
Yeah, it's just some people they focus on in one or two people to troll on for a period of time, then they get bored, move on to the next person they're going to troll on. So
yeah,
you just happen to be the flavor of the week.
And it was like when he just started cussing off of, because I saw what he tweeted at Jordan. He was like, he's not the fucking show writer. He's just the actor. Again, like, actors and writers and show, they have more conversation with each other than you all realize. It's like, because they know if they're going to go out and promote and do press and so on, they know that they're probably going to, because they don't want to sit there and just say, I don't know. They want to know, like, what can we say? What can we not say? Usually a lot of times they will also have like a list written.
Oh, yeah. When you go, like, I know obviously Andy's got some input on this, but I've seen it firsthand from like the times when I've been like at events too. The media you see when they're doing an interview at a red carpet or a premiere of some type, there is a very definitive set of things they're told they cannot talk about, and then there's also even certain things that the studio will go to them ahead of time and be like, we'd like you to slip this into the conversation. So when you see these interviews, you have to understand that there's some freedom in asking certain things, but there are hard no's and there are hard, you have to include this. So
Yeah.
I can give one example.
when you see an interview, just know like 30% of it is probably, free balling. The other 70% is mostly scripted to how the studio wants it to go,
A couple years ago, I'm not gonna say what show or movie was for, but I was in a press room at, let's say, either Comic Con or WonderCon, where we all come into the room, and then the publicist got up on the chair and was like, "Hey, can I have everyone's attention, please? Welcome. First of all, thank you so much for coming and covering. But we want to remind everyone, if you've followed the news lately, you know that there's a topic that we definitely do not want to be touched upon. And if you missed it, you can come to me and I will tell you, like, just by the side.
Mm-hmm.
Do not bring this up during your interviews. Thank you so much, and let's have a great day." And they will do those kind of things all the time, anytime. And and like I said, when I talked to John, I was never told to, like, you cannot ask him about this, because also, even let's go back. You know what? CG, I'm gonna ask you to do me a little favor.
Uh-oh.
I want you. It's nothing bad. Like, it's like again. Let's go back. Let's go back to when this announcement was first made about John Wesley Shipp coming to Stargirl. Because this was an exclusive EW had. So if you Anthony, the link in the private chat. You may want to mute because there's an automator that sometimes goes off. It might, so just be aware.
We will see what happens here.
We will see.
We will see.
Okay.
Crazy.
Hold on a second. I'll pull this up.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second.
Multiverse.
Guys, the promoting has to stop.
We're not talking about our multiverse. We're talking about
your multiverse. You got Panagraphs, you got Bayou Graphs.
Bayouverse.
How do I?
The Bayouverse.
Oops, I accidentally.
Had it for a second.
Oh my god, you Stargirl hater! That's why you decided not to screen share. You were like, no, I don't want to do this anymore.
Right. I'm like, you know what? None of us know anything about Stargirl. I'm not going to bring this up. All right. Is there any particular part of this you wanted to bring up?
It's the first. It's the first 3 paragraphs.
All right.
Just those 3.
So, you want to read, or shall I? You read, because my voice is going.
Okay. The Flash is speeding over to DC Stargirl. EW has exclusively wanted John Wesley Shipp will guest star in season 2 of the CW's high school superhero drama. Shipp will appear in episode 9, reprising his role as old school speedster Jay Garrick from The Flash. According to the pay attention, assholes out there. According to the official description, Jay Garrick plays a role in a pivotal flashback episode that establishes the Golden Age Flash as a member of Earth 2's Justice Society of America. Per the CW, that means according to the CW, this miniature crossover will, quote unquote, officially bring Stargirl into CW's post-crisis CW world alongside the Flash, Superman, Lois, Black Lightning, Batwoman, Supergirl, and Liz Morrow. That didn't age well at all.
No.
And then in this 4th paragraph here, this is the first time Stargirl will feature this is the first time Stargirl will feature a character crossover from an Arrowverse show, as it wasn't possible before Crisis on Infinite Earths established that Passenger Stars and Stripes clad teen hero resides on Earth 2, with the Arrowverse all taking place on Earth Prime now. This casting reinforces Stargirl's place in the greater post-crisis multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
So it was basically confirmed in the announcement.
Back when he came in the first time.
Yeah. When they I remember when this news dropped, I think I was on the road when it came out. Yeah. Good times back then. What happened?
Yeah.
Everything fell apart.
Next star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a roller coaster the last year or so.
And it's gonna be weird when they announce that Biograph show.
I hate to inform everyone at this time, but
you've been renewed.
I was talking with David Zaslav this morning, and he told me that the $7 budget I need to do the show is too much.
Oh.
And because of that, we're not moving forward.
Did you try to counter with like 6 or 5?
No, we needed $7.
Oh.
It was essential to be $7.
$7.99 is what they needed, but now you can use that money.
But I have the 99 cents here. I have the 99 cents.
So
okay.
So is it $7 per season or per episode?
For the run of the show.
Oh, for the run of the entire show. Okay.
Yeah, all 12 seasons.
Wow. All 12 seasons.
Yeah.
How would that be split?
He's just like, we can't do it. Did you see the box office for Black Adam? And I'm like, I did.
How many episodes per season though? If you're getting 12.
Huh?
How many episodes per season if you're getting 12 seasons?
Well, we were only going to start with 26, but I think near the end we had to cut it down to like 25.
Damn, that one cut is really going to make really people upset. Like, what the hell, man? Cutting out all the.
What's going on in regards to $7.99? Well, that's how much it was going to cost to run my 12-season show.
But now you can get a Twitter Blue subscription for what?
Yeah, get a Twitter Blue subscription. There you go.
No, that's a whole $8, guys.
Can you still do that? Because on my phone you can't.
No, they've got it frozen right now because surprise, surprise, they've had some problems with it.
What? I loved it too that the guy who was shitting on James Gunn after he was called out for lying, he has Twitter Blue. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I thought he was legitimately verified. I thought he was.
A couple of people who I have like a good rapport with have Twitter Blue, and I'm just like, man, I don't know why. Like, why?
You could have spent that $8 on anything else.
Yeah. I mean, I am sure there is a business positive to it for some regions of the internet, but to just have it just to say you have a blue check mark is just
it's going to make it more difficult for people like me who I'm because people who have Twitter Blue, I don't call them verified. I just say you're Twitter Blue. But like me, who is like I'm authentically verified because of my job as a journalist. Now it's going to be like, well, if I have to start paying for my blue check mark, are people starting to be like, oh, he's not reputable anymore? So that's why I understand why people are screenshotting, the ones who have verified badges, why they're screenshotting. Because when you click on the badge, you can see like this account is verified because of
Yeah, they only put that in after because so many people were having a problem. But it was interesting because when they were talking about coming in with this, there's this one political guy I follow on YouTube. And he had he was verified, and people obviously asked him, "Well, you're going to pay the $8 a month?" And he was like, "I will." And the reason I will is because it comes with certain things that, as a verified member, I need for my job. And he's like, one of those things is I will be able to see other verified people's comments because, as Andy can probably tell you, before everybody had access to this, you had your own verified column for people that replied or quote tweeted or anything your thing. Only a category just for verified people. Us regular people didn't have that, but now we do. Yep. So it's not even worth that $8 for that. From a media standpoint, now your feed's just cluttered up with people that paid $8 to give you a shit idea.
I mean, hopefully, people who figure out, I work with Screener, for example, because because I'm assuming they're gonna get the official badge at some point. So maybe people who are still journalists, whatever, so can at least apply for official badges, if not because I know there's a gold badge coming, which I'm like, why? Gold doesn't even look good.
Ooh, gold.
I want some gold.
Gold
you're
face?
getting gold, a silver, and a bronze badge.
You're getting gold face.
Daddy likes
bronze badge will be $8, and with that, you get to be on Twitter. $15 gets you a silver badge, and with that, you get to make tweets.
Wow.
$49.99 gets you the gold badge, and you can reply to people with that. Wow. $299.99 a month.
I would say a month, or is this a year thing?
Get you you can choose your own name.
Oh. They just
You can block people too.
Yeah.
$999.99. You even get to choose your avatar.
Yeah, I'm going for that one.
Hold on, let me just contact Elon real quick. I got an idea.
Which will be directed by David Cameron.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do have to go. It's time.
No. All right.
No.
Time for dinner.
No.
Yeah.
You can eat me instead.
No. It was nice being on.
Have a good one. Thanks for dropping by and taking some of the load off my voice.
I tried. Andy, take it. Bye.
Bye. Oh, thank goodness we got rid of him, hey?
Hero's Journey, it's a joke. It's not going to cost $200. No.
All right, guys. So we now have Andrew in the house, all the way from Hollywood land. All right. So give us all the scoops. Give us all the details. We want to hear the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Oh, what?
You know it all.
I do know there's some fun Flash announcements that are on their way. There's
like imminently, like in the next week, or are you talking like by Christmas time?
You will see when you see. That's all I will say. This is why I'm like I could have my shape because now my poker face cannot be exposed. But I'm trying to think there's nothing I really can't even say, but like I do think like there's better times on their way for stuff. But I was honestly expecting the Superman Lois premiere date to come like any day now. But
I thought it was going to come this past week.
Yeah, I don't.
If it doesn't come next week, we're not getting that show till March.
But they could announce it like the week before. I mean, not next week, but the week after that, if they do it on like a Monday or Tuesday.
But they're not going to do it during Christmas rush. No one's watching the TV that week.
Right, but they may announce it to the press at least, and like.
But no one's going to be paying attention to those announcements. Like the week of Christmas rush, no one is paying attention to the news. Doesn't matter what type of news you're into.
I don't know if Nexstar would do this, but it wouldn't shock me if they because what if? And I know you said that this would be a hurtful decision for them to do financially, but because we're now having only Flash, Supernova, and Gotham Knights, that one of those two other shows gets saved closer to spring. They're not going to have them all airing at the same time. Just so that they can kind of spread out, because they have fewer shows.
There's a lot of money Gotham Knights would be the one you might put up until the summer because it's the one you're probably going to have the least profit margin from. I can see Superman was doing that because that show takes slightly longer. There's too much money for them to make. You got to remember, this isn't just WBD that has to make these decisions. It's Nexstar. Nexstar wants their money. Nexstar wants to be able to sell Prime ads. And you can't do that in July.
Fair enough. Have you heard, by the way, anything if the production lease has been upped yet?
No, I asked somebody about that last week, and they know nothing more than anyone else right now.
So how much further the clock is it's ticking?
My feeling on it, I think it's open-ended in that Superman and Lois they have up until whatever the wire is for making that decision. They could in theory just say to them we don't know if we've got a season 4 yet. We'll let you know when we know. And the city's just okay. I get the feeling that's kind of how it is.
So let's say December 20th is I'm saying as an example to everyone watching. I'm not that's its exact day. I don't actually know what the exact day, but let's say it's December 20th. They get to 10 o'clock in the evening on December 19th, and they're we want to up the lease, and then they can do it. But if they don't do it after December 21st, then they,
so here's the thing about the place that the studio is at, the Cloverdale Fairgrounds. It's kind of not used for much of anything these days. It used to be a place that they would do summer rodeo stuff, That isn't nearly as popular these days. They have really limited the size of the parking lots there. So I could see that studio space sitting there just doing nothing until they've come to a decision, and the city would just be like, we'll leave it there. You don't have to take it down yet until you know. But once you know, we're retroactively like backing that lease up to whenever the decision was. So let's say, so the season wraps, I think, like March 13th or something like that. Okay. Let's say March 31st was the end of their lease for that season. The city of Surrey could go to them and be like, okay, we'll leave it the way it is, for a few more months. You don't have to tear it down right away, but you eventually have to tear it down if you're not coming back. But if you are coming back, then the lease starts again, retroactive back to April 1st. So the lease wouldn't start all of a sudden, say they find out they're getting the show back in June, and they're like, all right, starting July 1st, we need it back. They wouldn't be like, okay, well, we'll start it July 1st. They would be charging them the lease price since April 1st because it's been sitting there with their property on it.
Yeah. Like it's like
that's my running theory.
Yeah, that sounds about it because it becomes like a storage unit almost. That until you're putting your sets there, you're not touching them. But like,
well, the old Smallville set, like the
which way
when
you mean
Smallville the TV show was running, they over a while had built up this small little mini city they'd made, and it was just off of like we have our. Like most cities have a subway, we have one, but it's above ground. And it was our train went right over it.
The Sky Train.
The Sky Train. Yeah, I didn't know if you knew the term, but even if you did, a lot of other people.
One of my friends lives in Vancouver. Because he actually would take that train to work, and when Small was filming, he was sometimes able to take photos from.
Yes, it went right over the top of the Smallville studio. So they had built up this big, massive thing. It was probably about 2/3 of a block in space. It started off as one little compartment at one point. They had one warehouse, and over time they had slowly built out until they had basically 2/3 of a block that they'd made into their own little town. Once Smallville was canceled, there was no like question mark like, oh, will there be a season 11? We knew it was ended. That set still stayed up for like another 8 to 10 months before they tore it down. Yeah.
10 months?
Yeah. Because I used to take that route all the time, and I was like, this show's over. Why is it still there?
Were they renting it to another show? Like,
I think because they just didn't have a rush for the property. They didn't need it emptied right away, and they just got to it when they got to it.
10.
Huh?
Like, this is so why 10 months? Like I can just if they made it. They
well, I'm not saying the whole. I'm not saying like 10 months later they decided to start tearing it down. I said parts of it were still there for like up to 10 months.
Oh.
I'd say like 3 or 4 months, no work had been done on it. They didn't start tearing anything down for 3 or 4 months, and then they started taking pieces down as time went along. Like if I can pull up Google Maps, I can show you the area. I mean, obviously it won't look the same now, but
yeah, well, I guess
I'm on Google Maps right now, and I started typing in Google Maps into the search.
Hey Google Maps, where do I find Google Maps? You will find it on Google Maps.
A lot of people have success with Google Maps at the Google Maps.
Yeah.
All right, where is this place? That's where the line runs. Where the fuck? Give me a second. Okay, there's Bowler, so that would be the Arrow Studio. So this should be the Smallville Studio. I forgot exactly. Why is there a triple O there? Am I looking at the wrong road? Oh, I am. Okay. I'm like, why does this not look right? Okay, so this is the Arrow Studio. So this would be the Super. I keep calling it. I want to say Supernatural or Supergirl, and I keep picking the wrong name. Okay, give me a second. I just got to pull up, make sure I got the right place. Am I on the wrong block? I think I'm on the wrong block. Give me a second.
No worries.
Is this the back end of it? I think it is. No, I'm on the wrong block. Give me a second. No, this is definitely the right block. I'm confused.
I am too right now.
Okay, it actually has it labeled on the fucking map, Beresford Studios. Dumbass. Okay.
In the meantime, apparently, Flash, Zoom, and Lois is going to go on their holiday hiatus. Apparently, I think.
Probably about a week. Yeah.
And then they're gone till January 1st, I guess.
Early January, probably like January 5th, 6th, 7th, somewhere in that area.
Hey, you know what? You know one show that I don't know if you.
Oh, this is the perfect angle. Give me a second.
Okay,
I got to pull this up. I got to remember how to do this again. I'm on the wrong tab. All right, we're gonna go to the Wayback Machine, and we're gonna go back to 2009. All right, this is the studio in 2009. If you notice, you can see part of a fake wall still there, and you can even see a film trailer right there. So this is their old studio. See how they've got like fake town set up and all that stuff in the background here?
Mm-hmm.
This is their studio in 2009. So this lot here, the one that we are parked in front of, was their original lot. And you see how there's a fence that goes along here. So this property here was their original property. But as you can see, they built out past there into here. And it also goes out this way. I wonder if I can see it out past here. Can't really see it from there. Maybe they'd already torn it down or something at that point. I don't know. I'm trying to stay with the 2009 coverage. Hopefully we don't lose it. Okay, we're still in 2009.
But 2009, the show, because by 2009, the set would still be there because the show didn't end until, I guess, March 2011.
Yeah. But sometimes the thing will. So, see all these apartments here? This is weird. Why is this showing?
Are they real?
Okay, so you see these apartments we're seeing here?
Uh-huh.
This is what they built in the spot. So if you notice up in the corner here, it shows the old footage, but it's showing me I want the fucking 2009. Leave it on 2009, goddammit.
Are those houses real?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So
they're built where the studio used to be. See, I don't want you changing on me. I want you to stay on 2009, asshole. Okay. Can I see it from over here? Maybe not. This might be too far away. Yeah, these buildings are going to be in the way. So, okay. Where these houses are, which shouldn't be there in this angle. So, you can't really see it from this side. But see this building that's here? On the other side of it was part of their set, and that's like another business over from where they were.
Oh, I think I've seen that angle before. I think it's from like I think I've seen it there were some season 8 episodes that looked like it was in that area that I kept.
They had like a bus depot or something built there. How do I get back to that road? How did I lose the road? Oh, because the stupid townhouses are blocking the road, I think.
GeoGuessr is the game that Canagrass plays on Twitch and on YouTube sometimes. Hero's Journey.
True. Let's go back and move my.
I'm still convinced that you have some sort of partial photographic memory, like a.
You haven't even seen Good Players then, if you think I'm. There's a tournament that goes on every Saturday morning, and those guys fucking school me no problem.
Right, but that doesn't mean. But that doesn't like neglect the fact that I think that you do have some type of photographic memory, like a very like maybe not a leveled up version of it, but like I think
2011 would have been just after they wrapped, right?
Yeah, I think because
because there's already a for lease sign on the building. Yeah.
Wait, what does it say?
It says for lease. Where the studio was.
And that's the studio. That's the gray building. Yeah. That's the studio. Okay. So who's in that studio? Like, is that where like all the production people and so on work?
Well, this would have been their second. Like, I don't know if this was their primary studio or their secondary studio, because like I said, they had a huge buildup on it at one point. So
Because I think
I
I've
wonder.
seen that building in because I think there was a DVD feature about the 100th episode. And I think that's that building. They walked into that building. I think.
Entirely possible. They did, like I said, I mean, they spent so much time building it up that, they went out into the other properties that surrounded it. So when it started, it was only in the one lot, and it was only there, I don't know what season they finally took over. Let's say like season 3 or season 4, they took over this lot. And they just stuck to that lot for 2 or 3 years. Then they slowly started building out this way and slowly started building out the other way. And like I said, before it was over, they had 3/4 of a block of set for like their stuff. So this time, when they did Smallville for Superman and Lois, they just went and straight up rented a big empty property so that they didn't have to keep like expanding out. They could just make it all as one piece. So it's funny because if you could see through these buildings, you could also see the Arrow lot, like where Arrow does their.
That would explain why. That would explain why a lot like during. I remember people from doing.
Okay, so you see where the little guy is on the map here. I mean,
no, I see.
Make this bigger. Okay, so you see where he is right now. Right here is the Arrow lot.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that looks right because I remember from season 1 particularly.
This right here, can't really see it because they've got here.
Well, I think Clark
right down there
here. Yeah,
that is where Lucifer was in Crisis on Infinite Earths.
They used
that's where I saw him shooting a scene that I allegedly didn't see.
Wait, they try to make that look like Lux?
Yeah.
Wow. Because Lux in Vancouver, originally, that was not there at all.
Yeah, no, the Lux in Vancouver was a physical location at one time. What the hell happened? Did I just accidentally move myself? I did.
And this is fake. What we're looking at right now here, this is all fake. Or is that a real house?
Is that a real house? That's Royal Oak. I don't want to be at Royal Oak. I want over here. Nope, that's still McPherson. Where the fuck is Bowler? There's Bowler. Okay. So we were here. All right. So yeah, this is, we want 2020-ish. Oh, film truck in the way. Oops. Maybe 2019.
See, there was a truck there. That's why he couldn't see Tom Ellis. He lied. There was no Tom Ellis.
Yeah. No. So yeah, this see where this yellow door is here? Just off to the side of there was where he's standing. Unfortunately, the card doesn't pan exactly that spot to see down there.
And where were you standing?
I was standing right here.
And y'all, people who were like, he didn't see anything, guys. That like, he obviously, that's like, yeah, I cannot believe people were doubting you about that. And I felt like because I think this was back when you and I before you and I talked, because I knew it was happening. I felt really bad that you were getting slammed. I'm like, but Tom is in the crossover. I promise.
I had so many comments saved back then that I'm just like, oh, I can't wait until this shows up, and then I forgot to even bother like schooling everybody.
I'm just happy that Warner Brothers didn't come harass you and being like we would like really appreciate if you took down that tweet or something.
Police. You know what police this is? Star City.
This is a set that this cannot be their set.
Star City Police.
This is a fucking dump. No, okay, not to be. I don't want to be mean, but it's like that.
That's obviously not the only location they use for Star City Police, but it was one of them.
But they haven't used that exterior, right? Like we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
So this would have been the back. Like anytime I ever got autographs from any people at the set, it was back here, but it's all gone now. There's this building.
Why would it be specifically here? Isn't this a parking lot?
Yeah. So see this door here. This is the door they would come in and out of to the trailers that are all along here. Like, let's see if I can find an example of where the trailers are. The gate's up on that one. Fancy.
Did they used to have a gate? I didn't know you could do that with Google Maps.
Yepper. Okay, so you can see some of their work trucks are in here, but in some of the years they would have, in the early years especially, they would have their trailers parked all along that row.
This is for Arrow.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed there's not an angle with the trailers showing. That's sad. But yeah, that is where they used to use for Arrow's secondary studio. But as you can see, there's nothing to do there now because it's a hole in the ground. They can't even use it.
Why?
So nobody's using it now.
Why is there a hole?
Building something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What does one do in a secondary studio compared to a primary studio?
Well, for this one, they used this as the interior of the police department. They used it as a couple of different apartments, I think. Felicity's apartment was in here. They might have moved that to the main studio eventually, but in the early days, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a couple other sets, like anything that they might use on a semi-regular basis that they, like, at your primary studio, you only have so much space for so many things, right? So you want to keep your big set pieces like the Arrowverse, the Arrow bunker, obviously is going to be at the main studio because that's a big set piece. So that's taking up a lot of space that they cannot use that space for anything else. So they need to find somewhere else to do second stuff. So they rent an extra place. Like, Arrow has this one. Where's the Flash one?
So like in a primary studio, like they could have like Baron Iris' apartment or Supergirl.
Anything that you're using frequently that is a large set piece would be at your primary studio. Your secondary studio.
Star Labs, for example, that is filmed like at that actual like convention center or sport. No, not the convention center.
Only the exterior. Only the exterior.
So where did they film the interiors then?
In the studio.
Oh wow! I thought this whole time it was in that building.
So this is the Flash's secondary studio, and as you can see, they were here this day. This is where they filmed the scene. Up here on this roof this is a TV studio. This roof here is the scene, in Crisis when Ashley Scott's character, I can't remember her name right now.
Huntress.
Yeah, when she was running on the roof, it was on that roof.
Oh, wow.
They do a lot of filming in here. This is their secondary studio.
Whose trailers were those?
Hard to say because they were obviously facing away from us there.
Because it wouldn't be like they wouldn't put a grand trailer there.
Anytime that the last 2 years, I don't know about in earlier years because I'd only been there once in earlier years and Grant wasn't there the day I was there in the earlier years. But the last 2 years, Grant's trailer's right here where these pylons are. So he would have to there's a door behind this like garbage bin here. Mm-hmm. So he'd just come out, walk around and go in the door. Everybody else would have to use the door down here for the most part. I know I've seen him also walk down there too, but he usually would walk in this door and the rest of them would have to walk down from that door, come out. Some of their trailers would be parked along where all these pylons are.
And that studio, what might I find in there if I was there, for example, like?
I don't know. I don't know exactly what they've filmed in that studio.
So like, it's not like he has like ever come out like oh, his costume's like bloodied up or something like that. He's like, it's like he never gives it's never given an indication of like what he may have filmed. Like he goes in with the Flash costume, he comes out with the Flash costume, but he still looks the same.
Right. Like the one and only time I saw him at the set where I got shots, he was doing scenes with a few people that day, but the only ones I saw, this was back when I first confirmed that we were going to see the Forces again, because I had seen the Strength Forces stunt doubles trailer at the set. So whatever point that was in that season, they did some of that filming in here. But I don't remember which scenes they would have been for. All I know is I saw him and Dee on that day. But I don't remember what scenes or what episodes that's from now. But yeah, the Huntress scene was up on that roof. They've used that roof for a few other things. Like, I don't know off the top of my head, know another scene, but they've used the global roof a few times. But you can see, like, they've got all of this space way back down here to put trailers to. So if they want to hide like a guest star, they can just put them down there, right?
But you would still see, you could still see through it though.
I personally would not, because I would never stand here. I'm almost always standing over at this end because there's more action at this end. But in theory, someone could stand there and see them.
So,
yeah.
So in the last couple of weeks, what have you seen anything interesting?
Not a damn thing at all. It's also cold, so I'm not going out of the house as much, right? Like,
that's fair.
It's time of year where I don't go to set a lot. I've tried to explain this to people a few times. People are always like, "Oh, I haven't heard much lately. Why aren't you covering things?" If you go back and look at my blog for the last 10 years of shows, November to February, I rarely go out of the house. So it's not out of the ordinary. Last year, because of the weird pandemic year, was an anomaly where I was out more because I knew there was a lot to cover because there hadn't been in a while. But we're back in a normal year, and they're back in a normal year. They're not out nearly as often at this time of year.
Yeah, they're already starting pre-production on episode 9, so you know the end is near.
Yeah. I saw somebody somewhere. Someone on a Pagey video had commented like, "Oh, Danielle's directing episode 9. They're doing episode 9 right now." I'm like, "You're wrong. They're in pre-production for episode 9."
Yeah.
But yeah,
like she's probably not going to finish. She's probably not going to start directing the episode or finish directing the episode after the holidays.
Yeah, I tried to do the math the other day when someone else asked me this question. I think that will actually start right at the start of the return from the holidays. There is a small chance they get 1 or 2 days in before the holidays, but I very much doubt it.
Yeah, but they've been filming really quickly. Like no COVID shutdowns or anything so far that we know of.
It would take a minor miracle for there to be a COVID shutdown these days. I mean, people get COVID now and they're kind of just like, all right, take a couple days off and come back when you feel better. Like, that's kind of how most people treat it now, right?
Yeah.
So I don't even know if there's a industry standard on how long you have to be out now.
Well, I know they're definitely still doing you have to, you have to, like, people who work on crew, you still have to get like COVID tested and stuff like that. So they're still very strict about that. But yeah, that's then Kayla Compton will do episode 11.
Yeah. I know people were mad about that, and then when they realize that means she might not be in the episode, they're like, "Oh, cool." And I'm like,
but they were acting as if like the episode is not even going to be important. But my guys, it's one of the final 3 episodes of the series. Of course, it's going to be important.
It's going to be the Chegra wedding.
A Chegra wedding episode without Kayla in it because she's directing. How does that work?
She'll still be in it. She just won't be in it as much. She'll be there for the I do's, and then her and Chester will go on honeymoon, and we won't see them for the rest of the episode.
And then they never come back. That's the write-off, like.
No, episode 12 they come back with their baby. We do a flash forward 2 years. We've had peace and quiet in Central City for 2 years. The Flash is now retired. They come back with their baby in tow. And we find out the baby has powers. Cecile can sense it. And
I feel like your baby has powers.
Yes, exactly. So they focus all of that energy on episode 12 onto that. And then episode 13 is the backdoor pilot for the Chegra baby spinoff.
Guest starring Baby Jenna.
Ooh, good addition. I didn't even think of that. There you guys go. We got it. We got this covered. There's your scoop.
And James Gunn was not. James Gunn will confirm this.
Yep.
Oh, what a fucking week this has been.
Yeah. I have run out of witty things to say. Do you have anything to add?
I never had witty things to say. Really, I
didn't think you were going to have anything witty to say. I just said, did you have anything to add?
Oh, I thought you said witty. Sorry.
No, I did say witty. I said I've run out of witty things. Do you have anything to add?
No. I hope we get some fun news soon. I hope that James Gunn and Peter Safran can just try and keep things under lock for the rest of the year. I cannot take another week of where every day I don't know if you saw my meme, but all the trades are having their own little civil war about what they're hearing and what they're hearing and what they're hearing and what they're hearing about all the DC-ness. I'm just none of this is adding up.
Yeah, there's a lot of chaos over there right now. We will eventually hear something that is accurate, and we will eventually find some things that have been debunked. But right now, I'd say 33% of it's probably real, 33% of it's garbage, and the other 33% is unknown.
That wouldn't shock me. I just feel that thread that James Gunn did. It didn't do that much, but it didn't help either. Or what do you think?
I think we're at a point where so many fans are already dug into their specific spots that doesn't matter. He could have showed them his plan for the next 10 years. Be like, here's exactly what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, how I'm doing it, and what cast will be involved, and someone's still not going to believe it. There's always going to be people that are never going to buy him for his word, and there's going to be other people that he could tell them that the sky is green, and they're going to be like, I guess the sky is green. We're at that point. There's just too much division amongst different groups, right?
Yeah.
But guys, I think we are going to wrap this up with this very random stream of random thoughts. You got to watch a little bit of technically we did a little GeoGuessr without geoguessing. I saw someone in the comments said that too. Where was it? There it was, yeah. Kata said it. CD always somehow gets GeoGuessr going in every stream.
It's
technically not. So I had Miata actually ask me on Twitter, maybe do some GeoGuessr. And I'm like, so here's the thing. I did a GeoGuessr tournament this morning. Oh my goodness, we have a super chat. I'll get to you in 1 second there, Scott. I did GeoGuessr tournament this morning that I was in. And then I hosted a very short GeoGuessr stream that led into the GeoGuessr big tournament of the week that I always watch. So I did 7 hours of playing and watching GeoGuessr today, so I wasn't about to do it on here. All right. CW president confirmed guest stars, plural, for season 9. How likely are Oliver, Sarah, and Jefferson? Do you know about this?
Yeah, I have the press release in front of me because I will send it to me. This comes from, let's see. This comes from Brad Swords, the new president of entertainment at CW. The Flash will be remembered as one of the greatest shows in the history of the CW, and everyone involved in its excellent season 9 run should be very proud. The team has delivered an epic final season filled with plenty of twists, guest stars, and surprises that will delight every fan. Now is the time to catch up and enjoy this fantastic final ride alongside the Fast Man Alive. What a generic PR written. It is because the thing is, if this had come from Mark Pedowitz, I would have bothered more because he's actually seen the show and grown with the show. This dude came out, he was just which one is this?
Oh my god, yeah, I never thought about the fact this guy doesn't know anything. So he's probably talking guest stars like Goldface.
Goldface is in season 9. Oh my goodness.
Oh, sorry, I meant I meant,
Blueface.
I actually thought it was really funny the other day when Grant posted that photo on Instagram, and I'm like, I know it's out there. Like, obviously, of all people that knows, it's me. But to see him post a photo of the three of them on set, I was really surprised because he's usually a guy that will lay down and be like, no spoilers from me, because my reach and Grant Gustin's reach are not the same, There's a lot more people that found out from Grant Gustin that those three are going to be on the show than probably me.
I'm more like, could you imagine if he had posted a photo of him and Davisha in the mystery character costume?
By the way, and I know I already went on this rant earlier, but I'm going to do it one more time because I hope somebody from the CW sees this. Dear CW, dear Warner Brothers Discovery, dear your PR team, I think you can come out officially and now say with 100% certainty that the mystery character that Javicia Leslie is playing is Red Death, based off of the fact that you posted the episode 1 through 5 titles and 2 of them have Red Death in the title. I am not sure it's a hard reach for anybody with one functioning brain cell to put those two pieces together now. Just my thought on this. But to answer Scott's original question that got us sidetracked on this, how likely are these three? I'd say Jefferson, low, Sarah, low, Oliver, middle. I think we've already had enough of Jefferson. I mean, I know you want them, Scott, I understand. But I think from the show's standpoint, they've had enough of Jefferson and Sarah on the show in the past. Oliver's the only one I think a lot of people will be upset if he's not on there. So I think they will try and get him in. But, I mean, if you believe Stephen Amell, which is, he claims he hasn't been contacted yet.
Right, but because they haven't gone to the series finale yet.
But they already know what they're doing for the series finale. He might not have the exact words written out on a script yet, locked in, but he knows what the series finale looks like.
I guess so.
Yes. So you're saying you think your buddy Eric Wallace doesn't know far enough ahead to know the series finale?
I think he knows what he's going to do. I just don't think it's been written yet.
No, and I agreed. I said I don't think there's words on a piece of paper yet, but he knows where the story is going. He knows what action scenes are going to happen. And he knows how it's ending. He probably even has the ending, like, minute and a half of dialogue thought out. I bet you that part is, like, in his head.
Oh, they must have released it up to 9 episodes because Danielle was saying that the script for episode 9 was huge. Why are you laughing?
Better be. I mean, it's the fifth to last episode. It better not be a filler. All right, guys. I think we are.
Did you want me to say something about that?
Why, was there something you needed to say on this?
No,
the floor is yours. If you got something to tell us.
I mean,
if you need a bridge to burn, you can do it on my channel.
I mean, I can say that I know where or where not there may be some interlude episodes, but I'm not telling like where or when.
Well, I almost with near certainty know episode 6 is an interlude episode.
Okay, why is everyone assuming that? What is it that you've seen?
Because we know episode 5 is when Javicia's run ends. Episode 6 is a bottle episode that is almost entirely all in studio. You're not going to do big action scenes in a studio very often. You need big places to do those. That episode is going to be your connector between the first story arc and your second story arc. It's entirely possible 6 and 7 could even be interludes. But 6 is almost certainly for sure going to be, because 5 is where the first story arc ends.
I have to be careful now.
I know you do. All right. If no one else has any last comments, I think we are going to wrap this up. So if you have a last comment there, you guys have like 1 minute to get it on the screen, or else we are wrapping. Have now about 45 seconds to get it on screen, or we are wrapping.
Speaking of rapping, I wonder what the rap party is going to be like for the Flash.
You know, I was just actually thinking about that like the last couple of days. I walked by the area where Arrow had their rap party, and I was thinking, I'm like, wonder what the Flash is going to do for a rap party. Like, during the pandemic, no one had rap parties. Supernatural just had their rap party for the 15th season when they had their convention here last month.
Oh,
They got everybody together to have the rap party, except Jared, because Jared skipped the convention. But everybody else did a rap party while they were here for the convention.
Wasn't that the convention where he did he get in an accident?
I don't know why he wasn't here. No, I think he was just sick. I think it was COVID.
Because I know Jensen said he was in an accident.
Really?
Yeah. Did you not hear about that? Hold on. We will investigate. Jennifer Leckie car accident on let's see. On May 1st. Oh, you said that the convention was last month.
Yeah.
Okay, then never mind. Because he was in a car crash back in May.
I didn't even hear about that. Weird. No, Jared posted literally the day the convention started, or maybe even after it had started. He posted on Twitter. He's like, I won't be at the convention. I caught COVID again. Sorry. Like, in more words, but basically what he said.
But
so, yeah.
He's thinking of everyone's safety, so...
yeah, so they had their rap party here, like, a year after it happened. So, a lot of other shows, I mean, I don't think Batwoman and Legends got to have rap parties because they were still in that safety zone time. So, Flash will be, like, the first show that really gets a chance to do that. Of that magnitude, you know?
That is interesting.
Yeah. I'm wondering if they'll use the same place, like, have I ever actually gone to a Flash rap party location? I'm trying to remember. I know I went to their 100th episode party, but that's not the same type of thing. I don't know if I've actually ever gone to when they've had a rap party. I know obviously I've been to 3 or 4 Arrow ones, but Flash, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I have. So I don't know where they actually hold theirs.
Well, imagine you do it for Flash, and so you see me go into the building. You take a photo, like, wait, what is Andy doing here? And you drop on your Patreon, like, Flash podcaster Andy Rabai enters the Flash party on something 2023. We have no idea why he was here. We have no idea why he was here.
All right, guys. No one commented in chat, so we are wrapping it up here. That is the end of the unofficial Dollar Store After Party replacement stream.
Dollar Store After Party.
Oh, come on. I didn't have a theme song or anything.
Welcome to
thanks, everyone, for coming by. Thank you for Chainsaw earlier for carrying some of the load. Thank you to Andy for carrying some of the load. Thank you to you guys in chat for giving me things to talk about. And we will see you whenever I am on here again. But till then, bye, everybody. Bye.
It's more like a Princess Way.